Welcome to Terrorshewrote. I'm Nicole.
I'm Brittany.
And welcome to Terrorshewrote.
Beautiful. Fantastic.
Thanks so much. We'll need to write that one down too, like our outros.
Yeah, I think this is just gonna be every single episode. We're never gonna have the same intro, but we'll try to have the same outro.
Right, yeah. That's fine. That works for me.
We're learning.
We'll get to like episode 100 and we're still saying that in the beginning. We'll figure it out.
Someday we'll figure it out. Today is just not the day. Just deal with what we gave you guys. You're just gonna have to deal with this.
Yeah, just deal with it. It's fine. Whatever.
So, I have a story.
You do have a story?
I do.
I know we're doing a lot of our friends and family's stories today. Mm-hmm. You want to jump in?
Wow, that accent.
Oh, thank you. Shall I do it for the rest of the pod?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll just be American then.
Just kidding. We're kind of delusional right now because you guys don't know how traumatic it was just to start recording today.
It just wasn't lining up all day long. And honestly, I think it's because of this house.
Yo.
I'm pet sit for listeners that don't know. And I've done a few houses where I'm like, ooh, this is kind of weird. But this house gives me like the heebie-jeebies the most. And what's fucked up is the basement is the least spooky feeling. But up here, like, it's just weird to me, and I feel like there's things around. There's 4 bedrooms. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bedrooms. And a really long hallway. So I keep most of those doors closed except for the main bedroom. I closed one of the doors, and this morning I woke up and that door is like, it's not shut all the way. So I just refuse to acknowledge that fact because I know I shut that door.
Is that the same house where you sent me a picture of the hallway?
Yeah, it is.
Bro, looking at that photo is creepy too.
Right. And like, I don't want to say too much, but I don't sleep in the main bedroom.
Honestly, I don't know how you can even sleep in general with all the houses you've been pet sitting for, because just sleeping at a friend's house, I could never sleep. And my friend's house also has, if you're hearing this, I'm gonna out you. Your place, you said, is creepy because you think there's someone in your place. I don't know, bro.
My sleep schedule is always fucked up when I pet sit because I sleep at like 1 in the morning, and then I get home and then I stay up all night just to get my sleep schedule back on, which is wild. So
how are you alive right now?
I'm just living La Vida Loca.
That's a vibe. Also, I really like your new headphones.
Thank you.
For those who don't know, she has new headphones and they're really sick.
Yeah, I actually just posted on our Instagram, terror.shewrote, I think. Pretty sure that's what it is.
Yeah, speaking of haunted and creepy houses, I have a story. My friend's story. She chose to be anonymous, so we're going to respect that. She named herself Ava in this book, like my cat.
Hi, Ava. So good to meet you.
My Southern Gothic Haunted Home. When I was 7, my parents bought a brand new house. It sat at 2 stories with a good-sized front yard and big backyard. We were excited to move into our first home as a family. The master bedroom where my parents stayed was on the first floor, and my room was upstairs, the last door on the left. Not too long after settling in, I started to notice strange things happening. The upstairs portion of the house always felt a little dark despite having plenty of windows and natural light. Downstairs in the kitchen, things started to go missing. Pans, jewelry, etc. would go missing. We would find them in random places after weeks of being lost. My mom also reported seeing dark figures running across the backyard at night.
Oh, hell no.
Something wasn't right. Right, bro? No.
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 I hate that. Like, earlier, like, Nicole, you already know this, but when we were setting up, right away I see someone smiling at me from outside my window, and it was my damn husband. That is alone is scary. I know. Where was I? Yeah. Something wasn't right. but we couldn't put our finger on what it was yet. Then there was the activity in my room. The attic door was actually located in my room. I started to feel like I was being watched. It was a strange feeling. I heard something like a claw marks on the wall coming from the attic.
Oh no, it's always the fucking attic.
I know. It would scare me terribly. I would wake up in the early morning feeling like someone had touched my arm, my face. I told my parents that I didn't want to sleep up there anymore. I was scared. My stepfather was convinced it was probably rats in the attic and I was just afraid. In his mind, nothing was wrong. But my mom and I weren't so sure. Eventually, we ended up moving to a different state and didn't come back until years later when I was 16. The activity I felt was even worse than I remembered.
Wait, they moved back to the house?
Yeah.
Why would you move back? You left.
Specifically to that house. We got into more fights than usual and it seemed like a darkness was settling around us.
Yeah, bitch.
Isn't that interesting? It's kind of like Haunting of Hill House. The house was changing them.
Dude, that's such a good show. I love that show.
I know. I rewatched it like 2-3 weeks ago. Oh, still is so beautiful. The next one I'm gonna rewatch is Bly Manor.
Oh, dude, Bly Manor, so good.
Oh, I love it so much.
Did you watch the one with the island with the preacher?
Yeah, Midnight Mass.
Yeah,
Midnight Mass.
so good. Did you know that one show is also, it's the one with too many jump scares? There's like it's like a halfway house for all these kids.
Yeah, Midnight Club.
That's also a part of the series. I never finished it because like the jump scare part, there was just way too many. And I was like, I know that this is like a bit that they're doing, but
You just couldn't handle it.
I couldn't do it. I was like, this is so annoying.
I will say that's my least favorite out of all of them.
Yeah.
It was hard to really finish personally, but it was interesting. I kind of was just annoyed by the main girl. She was definitely like, I'm the star. I'm the one with the real problems. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, they're all pretty much dying with you. You're not the only one dying, bitch.
Right, exactly.
But my favorite one has to be Haunting of Hill House.
For sure.
And then I'm stuck between The Fall of the House of Usher and Bly Manor.
House of Usher, I think, is a close second for me. I was hooked because I couldn't stop watching and I wanted to see how it ended, and everybody fucking dies. And so good. I'm not going to spoil it any more than I need to.
But it's the fact I love Edgar Allan Poe's stories. Those are always so scary to me that I think we should someday just read one of his older stories just to kind of refresh everyone's memory of his fantastic works.
He's my favorite poet, for sure.
But anyway, you ready?
Yes, ready. Let's go.
To continue. Okay, we got into more fights than usual, and it seemed like a darkness was settling around us. We had a family chocolate lab by this point. Oh, okay, I see what I mean. She refused to go upstairs. I was like, what's a chocolate lab? I was thinking like a lab
with chocolate. Fucking Willy Wonka.
Yeah. I'm like, that's sick, dude. I want one in my house.
I see why you moved back. I would also love a lab filled with chocolate.
I mean, just imagine the smell of that room would be, oh.
Bitch. Okay. I'm gonna have some M&Ms.
So they had a chocolate lab. Oh, yeah. We had a family chocolate lab by this point. She refused to go upstairs. She would whimper and cry when I would try to bring her along.
It's always the dogs.
She would stare at the top of the stairs like she was watching someone. One day our lab started growling. The hair on the back of her neck stood up and her growls started to become insistent barks. I got up to check what was going on. She followed something with her eyes moving across the top of the living room ceiling before whatever it was landed at the top of the stairs. Oh.
Hit it!
Oh. God! Not the ceiling, dude! I couldn't even finish that sentence.
Oh
no.
My
God! Oh, alright. This is so hard for me to read now.
You got me fucked up. You got me fucked up, dude. All right.
Our lab stared it down.
This is what we signed up for. Yeah, I'm here.
This is literally Terrorshewrote. Wow. Our lab stared it down and dug her paws into the tile as she whined and growled. She was telling us an intruder was in our home.
Oh.
The whole encounter was eerie and unsettling. Our dog definitely saw someone. Then came the banging. One day on the weekend, I was home alone with our lab and 2 other dogs. My parents were 2 hours away visiting family and asked me to stay and watch our dogs. I was sitting on the couch watching TV when I heard a bang. She put all caps. Bang.
Oh my god.
I turned and looked around. Bang, bang, bang.
No.
It was coming from the front door. I'm sweating.
My palms are so sweaty right now.
My dogs were going crazy, barking. I was instantly alert and alarmed. I thought someone was trying to break in. Shit, I've got to call Mom and my stepdad. It legit sounded like someone was using a battering ram to break down the door. I was terrified. I ran to my parents' closet in their master bedroom. I called them and told them what was happening. They could hear the bangs over the phone and were concerned.
Shut the fuck up.
They told me to look through the window in their closet to see if I could see anyone on the front porch. I was scared a face was going to pop up the moment I looked through the blinds. The banging was still happening and my dogs were continuing to bark in their terror. I slowly pulled some of the blinds down with my fingers and peeked outside. I could see our front porch clearly. No one was standing there. I couldn't believe it. The banging continued and I realized we were dealing with something much different than a break-in. This was supernatural. I started telling my parents to come home. I told them no one was there and as I did, the banging stopped. Finally. The silence that followed was deeply unsettling. To me, the message was clear. Something was here and it wanted us gone. As the days continued, I started to have trouble sleeping. I was sleepy during my classes due to my night troubles. One morning, I was at the top of the stairs getting ready to leave for my school when my mom called up to me. Ava, what did you need? What do you mean? Earlier, when you knocked on our door. I didn't knock on your door. Are you sure? Mom, this is the first time I've come down all morning. That can't be right. My mom shook her head and raised her hand to her temple in disbelief. What time did this happen? Around 3 a.m., your stepfather heard it too.
Oh no.
Yeah, Mom, that definitely wasn't me. I wasn't even awake. We both got chills as we realized something was messing with us. I left for school and tried to brush off this encounter and focus on my studies for the day. I was driving myself crazy trying to figure out what was going on in our house.
Oh my god.
Dude, I have so much goosebumps right now.
Yeah, dude.
Later that night, I went to sleep after finally passing out. I kept a small lamp on before I went to bed. I woke up in the middle of the night and sat up. To my horror. Bro.
No.
To my horror, I turned to my left and saw a man sitting there. He sat down with his arms crossed over his knees. He had short brown cropped hair, brown pants on, and a cream long sleeve shirt rolled at the elbow. I saw suspenders hanging off of him. He didn't seem fully corporal. He stared straight ahead at my small lamp. I was staring when he slowly turned his head to look at me.
No!
I saw surprise register on his face. Oh my god, Ava! Ava, this is too detailed for me.
Oh my god.
I can't.
This is terrifying.
Oh, okay. This is getting worse the more. Okay, ready?
Yeah, I guess so.
I saw surprise register on his face. His expression seemed to be saying, "You can see me?" He was Caucasian with dark blue eyes. He couldn't have been older than 20. I tried to open my mouth to scream and call for help, but nothing came out. I tried again. To my horror, my voice was gone. I tried to move my limbs to run out of the room. I couldn't move an inch. It felt like I was being held down by something. All I could do was continue to stare at this man. I was scared he was going to get up and come after me. At first, my mind tried to rationalize. I thought he must have broken in somehow. There was a window in my room, but we were 2 stories up. There was no way he could have climbed up here. It would have been impossible. My mind raced as I stared at this man sitting in my bedroom uninvited. It felt like hours, but it was probably only minutes. I prayed and prayed in my head. I said what my grandmother had taught me to say. By the blood of Jesus Christ, I command you to leave. Something rippled in the air and snapped. Suddenly I could move. I didn't give him a chance to get up. I bolted for the door. I yelled and woke up my stepfather. "There's a man in my room. There's a man in my room." He was instantly on his feet and running for the stairs. He told me to wait with my mom in the room. He was gone for several minutes. Eventually, he came back down and said he checked the closet, under my bed, and even the attic. The man was gone. He checked the other rooms upstairs as well. I knew what I saw wasn't a man. Something was with us in the house.
Oh, fuck that.
I wasn't sure what it was. Ghosts? Demons? What I will say is felt like multiple entities were there, watching from their dark little corners, waiting for us to leave, waiting to see what we would do. I got curious. I had read somewhere that if you take pictures of rooms, sometimes you can see orbs. I decided to take pics of every room of the house. What I saw next confirmed everything for me. In the photos of the upstairs portion of the house, there were about 20 white small orbs floating around the room.
Stop it.
There were even a few orbs at the top of the stairs. I understand in that moment that everything we saw and felt was real. We were not living in this house alone. Other occurrences happened in the house. The bangs persisted. My parents even heard them sometimes when they were home alone. Eventually, however, we ended up selling the house and moving to another state. For good this time. The house sat empty for many years, though I looked it up recently and saw it was off the market and had been sold. I wonder what the next owners think of their southern haunted house. Have they seen it too? Dark figures running across their lawn? The man living in the upstairs bedroom looking outside? The banging that seemed to say, "Get out"? Guess we'll never know unless they tell their story here too. Only time will tell. That's the end.
Oh my god.
I still have goosebumps right now.
Holy shit. Did she say what state that was?
I think it was Texas.
Fuck Texas.
She sent me, let me show you a photo real quick. I see the orbs in these photos, and I'm going to send it to you in text.
We should put that on our page too.
Yes. Hold on, give me 1 second. Sending the other one too, so you can see it.
Oh my god.
You can see the orbs.
Oh my god, there's so many.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Wow, I hate that for her.
So I remember her telling me the story, but she never went too deep into the story. She just said, like, about the man in the corner. I'm speechless, honestly. That was so freaking scary.
For your mental health to also be impacted by it, like that's the fucked up part.
Yep. Oh, there is one incident that I saw in her newer house in California. Well, it was more of like a picture she sent me that she was taking of her dog. In the corner, we saw a black claw.
Shut up.
It didn't look like a dog's claw, and I saw the picture with my own eyes, and she's like, "I don't have this dog."
She seems very spiritually connected.
This is gonna sound so depressing, but there was like one incident that tripped me the fuck out with her, because we're all in the car with all our friends, and I see a bridge as we're driving by, and I immediately have just an image in my head of myself jumping off the bridge.
Oh my god.
But it was such a vague passing thought that I didn't really like think too deep into it. But ever since then, she kind of was off a bit that night.
Yeah.
And then later, about 3 in the morning, she calls my sister asking, like, "Hey, were you okay tonight?" And my sister's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And she said that she had an image in her brain of jumping off a bridge, but it didn't feel like it was her.
Oh, I got goosebumps.
Yeah, and I told her, I'm like, "Yo, that was me. What the fuck?"
Oh my god.
And she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. It was just a passing thought, jumping off a bridge, like an intrusive thought."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Ooh, creepy.
Yeah.
Well, I've got some stories as well.
Please share. I'm ready.
So, this is from my friend Mason. When I was younger, about 4 or 5, I slept in one of the rooms upstairs, but I always felt like something was standing in my doorway or someone was there. Eventually, I moved into the bigger room adjacent from my old room, but I'd still get that same feeling. Shit would have me frozen, not trying to look because I didn't want it to be real. Fast forward to 6th or 7th grade, I'm going to sleep and calling my dog up to lay with me, but she won't get up on the bed. After that, I turn to my other side to go to sleep, and I see someone fucking laying next to me. It was like an outline of a figure, so I jump up, grab my pillow, and ran downstairs. I slept on the couch in the basement until I moved out when I was like 21, 22. That floor in the house always stripped me out, just always felt like someone was there. I think it's fucking hilarious that he got so scared, he just slept in the basement his entire life.
I mean, relatable.
Yeah. He's like, you know what?
It's just like, why would you put yourself through that?
I'm done. I'm just gonna stay down here.
Yeah, like, oh, I only needed one sign of something bad. I'm good.
Right. Like, you're just trying to sleep. And then suddenly there's like this fucking thing laying next to you. Fuck that, dude. No.
Oh, this is off topic, and we don't have to add this, but I need to tell you my dream from last night. I was being chased, bitch.
No!
I was being chased again. But this one wasn't Michael Myers, nothing like that. But Spiro, you don't have to add this. This is just, I need to tell Nicole this right now, because before I forget. It was 4 of us, just 3 guys and me. Don't even know these guys. One of them had a personality disorder and confessed his feelings to me. I rejected him. He became a psychotic killer and chased me all around campus at night, wanting and killing people that were in our way. And that the other friend of ours was also psychotic, so I can just hear his clown-like laughter echoing in the halls, like ha ha ha, like trying to chase me too. I'm like, oh my god, just because I didn't like you back. And then I suddenly was like, you know, I have to act like I'm psychotic too. So I do like a whole personality switch, and he loved it. I'm like, I gotta survive. And then I'm like, where's our other buddy? So they're like, oh, come with us. We go to a field, and there he is laying there, like a cross. And he's like, what are we doing, guys? And then the psychotic killer just slices his throat.
No.
And while the other one's laughing and pouring gasoline on him, and they just set him on fire, I'm like, this is awful. And then, like, I'm like, all right, let's go over here. Sent them back to the cops, and I woke up crazy.
Wow.
That was my nightmare last night.
That feels like an alternate version of yourself, like another. She's going through it. That poor child.
She's going through it. All because she said no to a boy.
Right.
That's right. Anyway, I'm sorry. We don't need to add that. That was definitely unnecessary. I just needed to tell Nicole about my dream. But continue.
That was it. That's the end of the story.
Oh,
yeah, he just sleeps in the basement. Yeah, it's a little small story.
Okay.
Little tiny one. Yeah. I just wanted to give you a little snippet. I don't either, honestly. I'd probably do the same thing. Again, it's super weird that, because the house I'm sitting in, I can't stand the upstairs, but the basement's totally fine.
I feel like you would think it's the opposite, you know?
Right. Yeah. Basements are supposed to be creepy.
But that's more for movies. It seems like everything happens in attics or just the like in my the Ava story, it all happened upstairs too. I don't want a house anymore. I think I'm just gonna get an apartment. I don't want to deal with houses anymore.
I feel like apartments typically don't have any energy because people move in and out all the time. Unless it's an old apartment complex, like an old house that was converted into an apartment or a duplex, then there's no energies to really transfer or to like be around. Even if somebody died in that apartment, I feel like it's just a room or a building, you know?
Yeah. It also could depend on the land.
True, yeah.
Have you ever heard, there's an escape room back in Los Angeles. It's pretty popular, but it's also known to be pretty like a haunted building.
Ooh.
And there's always like these proof of like videos they would post on their Instagram of like paranormal things happening in the building. And every time we would go, it's very freaky. I would get goosebumps. And Ava, we were sitting down, and at one point, she was like, I feel someone literally beside us. I'm like, what are you saying? What are you doing to me? We're about to go in a damn escape room. You can't be doing this to me.
No.
It was so creepy.
Ew.
Yeah. Whenever she would sleep beside me, and she's like, yo, if I end up doing like not being able to move and just sleep talking, just drag me out of the room. I'm like, I'm dragging you out of the room right away.
We're leaving now.
I'm like, we're not sleeping here. We're both sleeping in the loft. I don't know what you're talking about. We're not staying in that room.
Right. Fuck that, dude.
Do you have another story, though?
Do you have one?
I have a short one, too.
Yeah, let's do a couple short ones. I think
All right.
We're kind of like on top of it this episode.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'll read my friend Allie's. This one's short. I know her and her husband pretty well. So, there's no title for this one either. I don't know why they started titling it, but It fits the story. When I was younger, aged 10 to 13, I used to see a dark shadow figure at the foot of my bed. I would wake up my sister yelling, but no one ever saw him but me. It got to the point that I wouldn't go up to my room in the middle of the daytime because of how fearful I was. I got such bad energy from him. I started sleeping with a Bible under my pillow and tried to pretend I didn't see him. Years later, my mom had seen a psychic. The psychic refused to come out to see my mom and instead allowed her friend to give her a message that a man in her family that had died violently was following her and trying to contact her child. She told my mother's friend that the spirit was not safe. Fast forward a few more years and I met my husband. He woke up in the middle of the night and told me the man with all the eyes and the boy under the stairs was watching me.
Stop it! Why does he have so many eyes?
Like, what do you mean, the eyes? It's Lynn. It's Lynn.
It's Lynn! Ah!
It's fucking Lynn.
Ew!
Bro.
Oh,
I
no!
can't. The thing is, he's doing this in his sleep. He would do this 3 more times within a year and never have memory of it. Yo, if Tim ever did that shit to me, we're getting a priest.
Yeah, no,
No.
sorry. We're done.
Absolutely not.
Light him on fire.
We're done. You set him on fire. You don't even give him a chance to explain. He wakes up and you're just pouring gasoline on him.
Sorry, there's a spider.
That's the answer. That's the fucking spider.
Oh, God.
That's so dumb. Yeah, so he would do this 3 more times within a year and never have memory of it. When I told him about the figure I used to see at the foot of my bed, he got really quiet and then told me he used to see the same figure at the foot of his.
That's wild.
If that was her uncle's way of saying, hey, you're gonna marry my niece, that is an awful way to guide them.
Dude, it's like your Michael
to
Myers
each other.
story.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, stop. Don't do that.
And we're gonna fight each other. We're gonna fight each other. We don't need the trauma. Isn't it supposed to be like a love story? Isn't it supposed to be romantic? This ain't romantic.
This is
my
terrifying.
guy.
How dare you?
How dare you? It's right. Oh, God, that one. I have reread that so many times, and it still gives me goosebumps. Because, like, you know, these stories hit differently because we know these people.
Right. Yeah. It's like, oh, shit, dude. Like, I don't...
Like,
you went through that?
Through that?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, what?
What the fuck, bro?
And, like, my only experience was hearing a kid answer my grandma from the top of the staircase. It's always a staircase. Like we said, it's upstairs even in that house.
Yeah.
No.
Nope. When I was... Okay, so it could have been because I was drunk, but I don't think so. I think it was like somebody's birthday party, or maybe I was just getting drunk. I don't fucking know. Anyways.
Love that.
Usually I sleep on their couch in the basement, because that's where they live. They lived in the basement, which is normal. Whatever. They didn't sleep upstairs because there was a bunch of storage. So I was going to sleep on the couch, but I guess somebody else was there and I decided to sleep in the bed. So they like brought me upstairs, put me to bed. I couldn't fall asleep for some reason. And I just remember, like, before I fell asleep, I felt like somebody was cuddling me. And I was like, wow, this is so nice. And I just like passed the fuck out. And then I wake up in the morning and they're like, hey, how did you sleep? It honestly really good. Like, I don't feel hungover or anything. I was like, right before I fell asleep, though, I felt like somebody was hugging me and putting me to bed pretty much. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's just Grandpa. That used to be his room. He died there. And he's super nice. We see him every once in a while. And I'm like,
sorry, what?
y'all put me in the room that your grandfather died in, and you thought that was okay?
Doesn't help that you are sensitive to these things too.
It's nice that it wasn't scary, but also, why would you put me in there? Why didn't you just be like, hey, sleep on the couch downstairs or sleep on the floor? Why?
Grandpa was spooning you. You were being spooned by Grandpa.
Fucking crazy.
What?
You know, there's like tons of stories of ghosts groping people, turning people on and stuff. Like super sexual energy. Yeah, dude. I'll find a story and share it in the future because there's tons of them. There's celebrity stories too that are like I have a ghost that would make me horny.
What? Are we,
Yeah.
the next episode gonna be like, it's gonna be like a ghost porn story? Is this what we're gonna read?
Softcore porn.
Softcore porn. I had sex with a ghost. This is my experience.
What's her name? Kim K. Not Kim K. That's Kim Kardashian. Not Kim Possible. That's a cartoon.
Please,
Lil
not
Kim.
Kim. Not
Lil
Kim
Kim.
Possible. Okay.
Her and Biggie were dating. I think it was a few years back, probably like honestly 10 years, I don't know, where she was like, I get visited by Biggie Smalls' ghost. And she was like, I'm going to marry him.
I'm sorry. What?
I'm pretty sure that was the story. I'm pretty sure she was like, I'm going to marry him or some shit. But she would like get visited by Biggie Smalls' ghost. I guess she would get all horny about it or whatever. It's crazy. There's so many stories like that that I've listened to and like I've read, and I'm like, that is so weird to me that ghosts make them horny.
People have their kinks, fetishes. Okay, now I want to do my research on softcore. I'm just kidding.
Softcore, supernatural, porn.
Porn. I'm like, ah, shit.
So I have another story.
All right.
This is my friend Day, and it's a house that we both lived in. She titled it The House on the Corner. To begin, I have always thought that I was more open to having contact with paranormal entities, but it was always small things like having scarily accurate dreams, seeing things out of the corner of my eyes, getting that really weird gut feeling that always turned out to be right. Things that can typically be explained away. This house, though, it was different. I've always been a person of the night, up all night and sleeping most of the day, so often I was alone with what I was experiencing. It started with those same simple explanation occurrences. Seeing things out of the corner of my eyes, hearing random whispers that I couldn't quite make out, that feeling that someone is standing over your shoulder. Until one day, I heard rapid tapping on my ceiling. My room was in the basement while I had friends' roommates living upstairs, and everyone was usually gone during the day. It sounded like it could be a mouse or other small animals scurrying back and forth for hours. One of my roommates had worked for pest control previously, investigated and set traps to catch the small creatures responsible for keeping me up. The traps never caught anything, and we never found anything. But during the day, continuously, I would hear that rapid tapping that really sounded like a small animal scurrying. It drove me insane. No one else heard it. Not even my boyfriend at the time, and he lived there with me. Slept in the same bed every night. Not to bash my bestie, but he is so, I love you, but you're also, you kill me sometimes, bro. Just like so oblivious.
It's like denial.
Yeah, honestly though. Okay. Then there were times that the cat I had would be terrified for seemingly no reason, in defense mode with the hair on the nape of his neck at attention, hissing at unseen guests. Then I started seeing shadows behind the blinds of the sliding glass door that was in my room, even at night. I'd look outside and no one was ever there. I'm still unsure if it was just me or if there was really something more sinister going on. While living there, we had several roommates over time coming and going, but things didn't start to get unsettling until the last few months before I moved out. It kind of just went downhill at that point. We had a pipe burst, the alarm system that we never activated would go off at random times, the smoke alarms would go off when I was home alone. I would start to have nightmares specifically about me dying in that house.
Oof.
I experienced sleep paralysis while the demons in my head told me I would be dying soon. I'd often wake up in full-blown tears, and that rapid tapping, scurrying that apparently only I heard never stopped. Eventually, I confided in a friend that did not live in the house but visited often. We were having a smoke sesh, and I started to talk about the weird things going on. Somewhere in my ranting, he stopped me to tell me that his aunt, who was Dominican and did not speak English and had never met me or anyone in that house, told him she had a dream about it. She said that she had vividly seen him in a house on the corner with the numbers 124. She told him she saw him in that house, but the entire house was shrouded in darkness, and that if he was going to that house on the corner with 124, that he should stop because she felt that something bad would happen to him or someone in that house.
Jesus Christ.
He started coming around less, and we'd meet up to have smoke we'd meet up to have smoke sessions or hang out elsewhere because he was genuinely afraid to be there. Our house was 124 Oak Tree Lane. Not too long after, we had the house raided by local law enforcement because a former roommate informed them that there were illegal substances, weed, on the property. There was. I mean, there wasn't. We don't do drugs here. Not too long after that, I had a falling out with my ex. I ended up leaving, and my other roommates eventually followed. I knew if I stayed there that it would get worse. I kept having the same reoccurring dream where I died. I ended up moving across the country and starting over. The paranormal occurrences never stopped, but nothing was as bad as what I felt in that house. Clearly, I did not die in that house, but the memories of being there haunt my dreams. I left it behind almost a decade ago, and to this day, I still have dreams about dying in that house. All of this could be chalked up to coincidence, sure, but that feeling of not making out of there never left. Anytime my former roommates or siblings bring it up, I get that chill down my spine. I remember being there, but the memories are in third person, like watching a movie or like a weird fever dream. I don't know who lives there now, but I hope that when everyone left, whatever was there left with us. And I talked to her about this, and I don't know if I just mentioned it in the story, I can't remember, but we had so many people going in and out of the house. I like to joke and say we picked up strays, like just stray humans. She was telling me everybody that I've talked to about it, they've always had some kind of mental struggle in that house. I felt like I was thriving, but in reality, I was manic the entire time. She was like, yeah, dude, it's so crazy because we only lived there for like a year. I was like, Dave, we lived there for 4 years. What are you talking about?
No.
She was like, I'm sorry, what? I was like, yeah, dude, we lived there for 4 years. She was like, no, the fuck we didn't. I'm like, yeah, bitch.
No.
She's dealing with this for 4 years, thinking it's only been one. I'm fucking manic for 4 years. And everybody else is having these shitty, like, things happen to them.
There's definitely something bad.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's in the basement this time.
Yeah. So those were the stories. Yay.
Wow, we did really good. We have really good stories today.
We did. We had lots of good stories.
It's crazy that they were somehow similar to each other, too.
Yeah. I thought that was weird.
This wasn't planned either. We didn't tell each other what stories we were going to read today.
No.
I shared you Allie's before because once I read it, I'm like, I gotta tell you now. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Only because, like, Nicole and I can relate in some way about, well, not really Nicole, but, you know, that'll be another episode where we're going to talk about Nicole's dream. But that'll be in the future. Because if you want to listen to it now, go on No Streetlights Podcast and find Spooky Love episode, and there you will hear her story. Then come back.
Come back to us. Come back.
Come back.
Because we're fun.
Don't leave us for too long.
Yeah. And we love you.
Always. That's me kissing your forehead.
Oh, you're so sweet.
All right. So, next up is Goosebumps.
Goosebumps. Okay. Last we left for Goosies, it was, you were told to go to the graveyard and find like a scary thing to win. This was like your initiation. And you had to decide whether you were going to try to pry open the front door or go through the hole up in the ceiling, or where the bat came out of.
And I chose the hole.
She chose the hole. Okay. You decided to climb into the crypt through the hole. The stone wall looks way too heavy to budge. The crypt is covered with thick carvings, so it's easy to climb up to the top. You push your arms and head into the hole and start to wriggle through. It's so dark inside, you can't see anything. As soon as you get your shoulders through, you hear a sound that makes you freeze. Scrunk, scrunk. That's a weird onomatopoeia, but okay. It sounds as if something slimy is climbing up the wall towards you. And now you hear another sound, a low moan. There's a moaning something climbing your way. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. You try to wriggle back out, but you discover you're stuck. Scrunk, scrunk. The moaning thing is coming closer. You push and pull, you twist and turn, nothing. You can't budge. Help, you scream, help! Your voice echoes horribly in the stone room. You begin to kick on the outside of the crypt, hoping your friends will hear you. Help! It's a weird feeling to be terrified and embarrassed at the same time. You don't know which will be worse, for the moaning thing to get you, or for your friends to come to the crypt and wind up staring right at your rear.
Oh!
And I guess you died, because it says
that's
end.
humiliating. So I just die?
I guess you just, like, get so embarrassed that...
I die.
Yeah.
I died of embarrassment. They saw my butt. They saw my underwear. So embarrassing.
I guess you just got kicked out of the horror club before you even got in.
That's the end?
That's the end. Yeah.
That's bullshit.
That is kind of bullshit.
That is bullshit. I died of embarrassment. Oh, well, it sucked. I mean, I liked it.
It was
Damn
good.
it. I feel like I've been making the bad decisions from the beginning. I've been choosing the wrong freaking options.
We can go back and do the stone door, but I think for the sake of choose your own scare, you're dead.
I chose it.
You did choose
it.
There's
died.
no going back.
I died with my butt in the air.
Yeah, idiot. Have you ever seen Bandersnatch?
No.
It's on Netflix, and it's like it's kind of like a choose your own scare where you like make choices on Netflix.
Oh, okay. What's it called? You said
Bandersnatch.
Okay, I'm typing it now.
So also, Brittany, your video is so slow for no reason. So like I'm looking at you in slow-mo, and I think we're still like your face is like 10 minutes ago.
No fucking way. That is so dumb. That is so dumb. Don't look at me. Look away.
I can't. It's really cute.
Oh no. Oh no. No, don't look at me. Look away. Or stare.
I am staring. I can't stop.
And fall for me.
I'm falling.
Fall for me.
Falling so hard.
At least you didn't die of embarrassment. It's so dumb.
Yeah,
it's fine.
You did that. You did die of embarrassment.
Well, that's the end of the Goosebumps, sadly, because I chose wrong.
You did. It's okay. We can't all make good choices.
We're like, we can't all be dumb.
Yeah.
So.
Once this episode comes out, we'll also post the photos that Ava sent us with the orbs in the house. If I had any pictures of 124 Oak Tree, I could probably scrounge some up so you guys can see that house. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, I wanna find our old house too and see if there's any photos and if I see orbs. Woo!
That part.
Well, was that the end of our episode today?
I think so. I think we should wrap it up.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Please go follow, share, and leave a review. And also, if you have your own paranormal experiences, send it to our email, terrorshewrote@gmail.com, and we'll feature it in one of our next episodes.
Let us know if you want to be anonymous or not. It will be down in our description box for the details. We're also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Woo woo!
Woo woo woo! Alrighty. Well, thanks again, guys.
Okay, bye!
Bye!